Farhana.
I'd like to thank the Chandler Chamber of Commerce for being the leader of the business community. 110 years of existence, and even before 2 weeks prior to the city has been started their business. That's what I get to learn a few days ago at the proclamation of the 110th years of Chandler Chamber of Commerce. Um, it has been always established that Chandler Chamber of Commerce is the strategic partner of the Chandler City. And also, I strongly believe in private public partnership. I do not like very big imposing government dictating everyone's life. So the Chandler mission is to educate the business community, attract the new businesses, and retain the businesses while embracing the diversity, and it's a win-win situation. Chandler City is benefited by the Chandler Chamber of Commerce, and if you attended the Ostrich Festival, you know how much of a success both partners can do together, especially the Chandler Chamber of Commerce. I enjoyed it immensely. And in our city, lot of new businesses are attracted to come in because of the safety reason, thanks to our law enforcement and first responder, because of the family environment, because of the economic growth, all kind of positiveness. And all these people, when they come, they need a peer community, not only the knowledge resource center. While government can give them all the tools and the legality aspect of it, Chandler Chambers, on the other hand, groom them, assist them, and maintain them as a family. So it's a hand in hand work, and the business community needs both.
Thank you. And if anybody wants the question repeated, just ask me. Jane Poston.
Thank you. I think it's a critical partnership, plain and simple. I know from personal experience that there are issues that come to the city that are much more appropriate for the chamber and their resources that may not be appropriate for the city to take hold of. I also know that because the chamber is so involved and out in the community and talking to so many businesses, that they come across issues that are more important or more appropriate for the city to take on. It's an excellent relationship because, quite frankly, both entities have the exact same goal: recruit businesses and keep them here. But they just each have different ways and different areas to handle it. You asked what specific issue that I think is important for the chamber and the city to work on next, and I would say that it's workforce development. I think that is an issue across our country, both workforce development and workforce training. So a lot of that, while the education community really isn't in the purview of the city, it's certainly one of our most important partners. And to find any ways that we can help foster that relationship and work with the chamber to foster the relationship between the needs of our businesses and the resources that our community has, both from the chamber resources and our education community, between all the way from K-12 to our community colleges to our university resources. I think that's the next step and the biggest thing that could help our businesses right now.
Thank you. Councilmember Matt Orlando.
Thank you, sir. This community was built on relationships and partnerships, and the chamber is part of that development of this community. In fact, they've been around longer than the state of Arizona. So I think they know a little bit about business, a little bit about moving forward in our society. I was in corporate America. One of my roles in my few later years was acquisitions. And quite frankly, when I look for a company, I didn't call the government first. I called the chamber because they'll give you a better view of what this society is going and where this company is and how to position yourselves within this community. Only after I gathered my data from the chamber did I call the elected officials and the economic development and all that checklist worth of entities. The chamber plays an important role, as I've indicated earlier in our partnership. They should do all of our retention visits. In fact, we used to give them a contract for it. And they would come here quarterly and they would explain to us what's going on in our community. They are the ears of our community. People, business owners would love to talk to business owners sometimes before they'll talk to government entities. And we have to take advantage of that priority so that we could continue getting and growing our business in our community and let the chamber do what they do right. They do a great job, and I'm on the committee, the education committee. They do a great job in reaching out to the community as well, education. So they're a strong partner. We need to continue utilizing them. And as a council member, I will keep furthering that relationship.
Thank you. Darla Gonzalez.
Okay, I'm the person that's going to ask you to repeat the question because I think somewhere along the line, I'm not sure.
Okay. The relationship between the chamber and the city is an important one. In your opinion, what are the most pressing issues facing the business community that you could work on in conjunction with the chamber to keep our business community thriving?
Okay, that's what I thought the question was, so that's good. So anybody that knows me knows that I am relational and not transactional. Anybody that works with me knows that for me is most important. I know and have been a part of the chamber probably my whole life. I come from Oregon. I had businesses there. And you're right. I remember once when I wanted to move to Alaska, I called Juneau Chamber for a big packet to be sent to me. So they are a great resource. The issues that I feel like strongly that we should be working together on, and these are issues that come off of your legislative documents that you have put out, that I wrote down that I think are strong, which is a strong economic environment conducive to business success in Chandler, help attract new businesses to Chandler and startups, and support recovery efforts post-pandemic. I think that businesses were hit pretty hard during COVID. There was a lot of collateral, and I think that the chamber and the city can work really strong at bringing some of those businesses back and bringing resources to them. I believe there used to be a team, Matt probably knows the answer, there was a team that put together that helped small businesses and startups with regulations and different things. I know they do that for Intel. I don't know if that is still going on, but if it is, that's something that I'd like to build up or resurrect. And so I think the partnership is strong. I love going to the events, the information that they put out, the networking. I think it's all very relational, and I support it, and I support legislatively pretty much most of what they have put out for pro-business
Thank you.
issues. Thank you.
Angel Encinas.
Awesome. Thank you so much. The Chamber of Commerce is responsible for bringing the issues that businesses care about to the forefront on local, state, and national policymakers. The Chamber is the voice and bridge of the business community to our government, and it's the city's job to respond to those needs. The Chamber should also support the city in the issues of local control and when otherwise in the city's and the business community's mutual interests. It's in the proverbial lane of the Chamber to present those issues to policymakers and subsequently lobby on their behalf. When our Chamber and our city aren't working together, progress stalls. If the Chamber wasn't the quintessential voice of our business community, we wouldn't be up here vying for its endorsement. I know that I can help strengthen the relationship back to a healthier sense between the Chamber and the city. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next question, we will start